What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video I'm gonna bring a tutorial on the BULLX platform and how you can trade meme coins to make $500 a day, perhaps even more, perhaps a little less, but still to set yourself up for success and actually make money trading meme coins on a daily basis like me and my group are doing at the moment. So before you get started, subscribe to this YouTube channel. What the hell are you doing with your life if you haven't already? Drop a like for the algorithm and also follow me on X because you're really gonna benefit from all the alpha on it. And talking about BULLX, I'm currently running a giveaway, so you're gonna get 1 Solana for participating into this and for trading meme coins with me. All the 500 first signups are eligible for this. You just gotta sign up, start trading, okay? You need to start depositing and trading for that. Gonna like this post, gonna repost it, and you're gonna be able to enroll automatically. Also, just mentioning BULLX, you can't even get access without my code because you need somebody to refer you. Otherwise, you cannot use this trading bot because you can technically still sign up, but there's a 200,000 people waiting list to start trading with BULLX. This is how popular it is. With my referral link that you see in this post, and I'm also going to put it first link down in the description, and also going to put it in the pinned comments, you're going to be able to start using this platform immediately. And you're also, by using my referral, you're going to get 10% discount on trading fees forever, which is also a very big perk. Okay, so let's talk about the platform and give an introduction. So first of all, why would I use a trading bot in the first place? So first of all, it is a much faster to do buys and sell. It gives a variety of different options when it comes to trading. For example, limit orders and a lot of other metrics that I'm going to give you guys in a second. It also gives you a lot of background information. The user face is much better, much simpler, and it also enables you to use a lot of filtering that you wouldn't be able to use in any other decentralized exchange or any other, even DEX screener for that matter. It gives you a variety of different information, and it also aggregates all the trading that you can have. So for instance, on BULLX, you can use both a Solana wallet and a Base wallet, a Blast wallet, an Ethereum mainnet wallet, a BNB wallet. You can use every sort of chain at the same time, okay? You're gonna have different wallet addresses, but you're gonna manage everything through a same platform. Makes it so much easier because you're not gonna have 10 different wallets that you need to have different extension. You can just, of course, use them and deposit money here and then start trading right here. So if you click on chains right there, and I'm gonna try to give overview of different chains, etc. So I'm gonna keep it as straightforward as possible for all of you guys beginners because I know that there's a lot of experienced traders watching my videos. There's also a lot of beginners alike. For instance, right now, I'm really only trading on Base and Solana. I'm also trading on Blast a little bit, but I'm not using a trading bot because I'm not really swing trading on Blast. So I would use trading bots primarily for swing trades. I wouldn't use this for like long-term holds. So for instance, I got Andy on Blast, but that is sitting on my MetaMask because I'm not really active with swing trading. So if you just buy something and you hold it for 1 year, I wouldn't suggest using a trading bot. But if you're just going back and forth between pump fun, moonshot, or swing trades, new pairs, then this is absolutely a no-brainer. I'm also not trading on Ethereum mainnet. I'm not trading on Arbitrum. There's not even meme coins there pretty much. So I'm using Base and Solana, and I've hidden all of the other ones because I'm really not using them. Here you're gonna have your different wallets. So for now, I have a Base and Solana wallet. I'm also keeping very little money on these wallets. I'm just keeping here what I'm gonna use for today's trading. Okay, I'm not gonna keep more money. I could have 10 Solana, I could have 100 Solana, perhaps even 1,000 Solana I could have, but it doesn't make any sense for me because I'm not actively trading with the money. So I'm gonna have the funds that I'm not using, I'm gonna have them on cold storage. Some of them I'm gonna have them on, on a hot wallet like Phantom and MetaMask for like quicker use, but the majority of my funds are obviously gonna be in cold storage, so that is just safe to say. I do believe that trading bots are safe as long as you keep your Telegram account safe. I don't think that they are less safe than a hot wallet because obviously both a hot wallet and a trading bot, they're both going to be compromised if you click on a malicious link. So BULLX, you get access to Telegram. So as soon as you get access to my referral link, you're gonna be pushed to Telegram, and then Telegram, you're gonna say like, okay, accept, get access, and you're gonna get access immediately. But for some reason, I lose access to my Telegram, or I click on a malicious link on Telegram and somebody takes a hold of my profile, they can pretty much go to my BULLX account and withdraw all my funds and no questions asked. So always do your due diligence. There's a lot of scams that I see on Telegram these days, and I'm gonna tell you one that I was actually about to fall myself just the other day. I mean, I knew what it was because I'm experienced into this, so I didn't fall for it, but it happened on my screen. So I was pushed to put my telephone number so that to get access to a Telegram group. The Telegram group had been compromised, so all they were doing was gathering phone numbers so they would get access, they would swap your SIM, and they would get access to your Telegram profile, and they will steal your Telegram account. So if you joined a CTO group, or if you joined a Telegram group of a meme coin and it asks you for that, it's a malicious link, so always just dismiss and move on, okay? Because that group has been compromised and you're in risk. And I mean, if you put your telephone number, you're gonna lose your account pretty much, which sucks. It happened to some people. It happened to some people close to me, and after that I was like, bro, you should have listened to me, because I literally told them before. But hopefully this helps you guys out to not fall for scams. There's also plenty of others. Always do your own due diligence before clicking on any link on Telegram, okay? That is very important. As long as you keep everything safe, then you're gonna be good, and the trading bot is very safe to use. But regardless of everything, I'm gonna put very little money on this. I'm gonna, you know, as soon as I make profits on the day, I'm gonna withdraw them. I don't really leave them overnight. Maybe I leave them for 2 or 3 days, but then I withdraw them. Here, I withdraw everything. So this is the budget that I would operate for a daily swing trades, which is little less than $1,000, which for me is pennies. For some of you guys, it's got $1,000 for doing day trades. It's gonna be a lot of money. For me, it's pennies, okay? It should be a fraction of a percentage of your portfolio, okay? So never invest more than you can afford to lose. And obviously, before I talk about anything in this video, don't take anything that I say as financial advice. Always make sure to do your own research. This place that I'm gonna discuss here could go to zero in a matter of minutes. You could be losing your money in seconds, okay? So always be very conscious of that. Okay, now, after all the disclaimers and everything, we can get started with the primary topic of discussion. So you can see that I have a wallet. So I'm gonna have a wallet here. I'm not gonna show you the wallet, obviously, because I don't wanna disclose my addresses. But if I click on add funds, I'm gonna have a QR code, and I'm gonna have a Solana wallet because I clicked on Solana. If I click here, I'm gonna have a base wallet, and you can deposit. So you send from your hot wallet, from your cold storage, or even your centralized exchange. You deposit the funds right here and you're able to start trading. Here, there's very few settings. I wouldn't touch anything. There's really nothing to be touched. I would just make sure that you select the chains that you want to trade and you just disregard the ones that you don't want to trade because you don't want to lose time. So as I said, I trade on Base and Solana when I do swing trades, so those are the ones that I left open. There's also a very interesting section before I actually go on the trade itself. That is called Portfolio. In the Portfolio section, you're gonna be able to track all of your profits and losses. So gone are the days in which you trade on a MetaMask or whatever, and you never can tell how much you put, how much you invested, how much profits are you making, how much in a loss you are, because here with the portfolio tracker, you're gonna be able to track all of your profits and losses, and you're gonna be able to see how your positions are going. This is super useful, and this is just worth the money of using this trading bot, which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, but how expensive is it? So they take 0.9% of trading fees of every single trade that you do, which is very little, and it's very below industry standard. I've seen around 2% or 1.5% as an average, so 0.9%, it's easily the cheapest that I've seen, which actually blows my mind because this is the most comprehensive trading bot that I've ever used so far, which is actually really good. And also with my discount, with my referral link, you're gonna get 10% of those fees forever. So instead of 0.9%, you're gonna pay 0.81% forever. So that is actually a very good discount, that's for sure. Okay, now the Explore page, I don't really want to say that I use this much. Is to see trending pairs. I still prefer to use Deck Screener if I'm looking for trending, to be completely honest. I use BULLX primarily for the new pairs and the Pump Vision. So these are the two sections that I would recommend. I want to go to Pump Vision first because it's actually very interesting to me. It talks about, and here you're going to be able to find anything Pump Fun related. There's 3 different sections that you're going to be able to find here. I've zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully you're able to see a little more. But anyway, there's 3 sections. One is new creation, one is about to graduate, and one is graduated. So you probably can understand what this means, but new creation means that the pairs have just launched. About to graduate, it means that the completion, the bonding curve progress is very close to completion, very near to completion. And you can actually see here on the circle that it gets to 100% as soon as it's finished, it's about to list pretty much. If it goes to 100%, the full circle, it's listing. So these are very close to being listed. And graduated, what the hell is this? Is pairs that have just launched on Jupiter. If you're not familiar with the pump fund process, as soon as a pair is launched on pump fund and goes to 100%, it goes automatically to Radium and Jupiter as a decentralized exchange pair, and you can trade them there. And that is also the moment in which you see the charts go down in the majority of cases because the early investors will take profit, but that's the story for another video. What I actually like about this is that you can put filters, and the filters are actually separate from each and every one of these sections, which is actually pretty good. So for new creation, I'm gonna talk about the average of how I would set these creation filters. Okay, let me change the screen so you can see it zoomed in. But what I like to do, for instance, is only focus on pump fund tokens. I don't like Moonshot at all. If you are not familiar with Moonshot, is essentially like pump fund, but it's the version of Dex Screener, so it's fully operable through Dex Screener. It's way riskier than pump fund in my experience. The legit projects there are probably 1 in a million, so I wouldn't bother with Moonshot. It's not really something that I'm trading on actively. You can also add this filter, which is with at least one social. If a project doesn't have at least one social, it's probably just, a joke that is gonna rug in a matter of seconds. However, you might wanna disable this for the new pair, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. If there's some projects that have a lot of insider info that launch without any socials, and then they put the social 5 minutes after the insiders have done accumulating. There is some free alpha that I'm giving to you guys, and I don't think that I would disclose publicly otherwise. But some of these projects, really, they accumulate with insiders and only after they put the socials. Why? Because people from the public are not prone to invest into that project at all, and as a result, they keep accumulating their bag and then they dump on them. So there is something to be aware of, but at the same time, if you get in as soon as possible before the insiders might actually pump your bags in that case. It's something extremely risky that I don't even do myself, so I would definitely not recommend you guys do that, but it's something that at least I'm keeping you aware of because there's some people in the space that do trading like this. That is not me personally, but just making you aware of the tactics. Then you can put some filtering, which is also very useful. The dev holding, I always put this. If the dev holds 5%, I stay away in 99.9% of cases, so I have it here. Bonding curve, you can put it. I don't really like to use this. I don't like to put holders either because it's just very variable, to be honest. And the volume, I assume that if it's a pump fund launch, the volume is big enough already, so I don't bother about that. And the market cap, I don't like filtering for market cap here because I just like to see where the completion curve is. You can also put the token age. So for instance, if something has been sitting for more than 4 or 5 hours on pump fund and it's not listed already, the chances are that the volume is decreasing and probably the project is not going to list in the first place. So something that you might want to play around with. I'm just giving you the bare minimum. So the social one and filtering for just pump fund, that actually would be my favorite one. And also just a heads up, there's no possibility of trading here for Ape Store, which I'm not sure if they're going to introduce anytime soon. However, I do have another special trading bot for Ape Store that for now is only exclusive to my VIP group. So if you join my VIP group, you're going to get access to this trading bot, which is completely, of course, free of charge, as long as you're one of my VIP members. I'm going to talk more about my VIP group at the end of the video if you guys are interested in joining. For now, let's keep on with the video because there's a lot that I want to talk about. I'm not gonna show you trades because honestly, if I was to also trade on this video, I would take forever, and there's so much shit that I would have to spend so much time, and it really is not worth it. I already do this with my VIP group, so I don't want to waste time here, but I'm gonna show you some of the criteria that I would use to actually make money on this and explain to you also what I look for and what I do not look for when looking into this sort of project. So for the filtering, I'm gonna remove the dev holding because I actually want to show you the icon pretty much in detail. You can see that the social media icons are here. So if this doesn't have not even a Telegram, then if you put the filtering of or having a social on, then it's not going to show in the first place. But you can see X, you can see Telegram, and the website. Those are the three icons. And obviously Pump Fund is going to by default be there, and it's not going to count as social media because this is the section of Pump Fund, so obviously they're going to be on Pump Fund, right? One of the first things that you need to look for is these icons right here. So for instance, the top 10 holding is less than 15%. That is a very good indicator. There's some projects right here that I'm seeing that the top 10 is super high. So for instance, this one has 41%, is definitely too much for my taste, and I would avoid that. Here is the dev allocation. If the dev has sold, then the project, unless it becomes a CTO, it doesn't really have a lot of future. And one of the good things is actually with this platform, you can see when the dev sells, which is a big freaking deal. Just being able to check when the dev sell is really gonna help you trade a lot, because it's a very big indicator of basically selling and getting out of the trade. Because if the dev doesn't even believe in this project and it's just trying to rug it, that just doesn't look good. And actually, let me show you, because I've done a trade today, and actually I'm gonna show you this trade today that I did, that I ended up at a very little loss, something like 5% at a loss. But because I saw the dev selling feature, I was able to get out before the big dump. Okay, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, so I want to see also how to prevent losses, because at the end of the day, it's way better to prevent losses in the first place than to just make all these profitable trades. So you can see DB means dev buying, okay, the blue icon, and then DS is dev selling. So whenever you see this, it means that the dev cheated their bags. So you can see that I was accumulating here, but then the dev started selling, and then I sell immediately as a stop loss being triggered, and this is how I got out at a very minimal loss. I saw that the volume was ramping up, and this is why I was getting into the trade, but then I see the dev selling, so it's time to get out, and I decided to get out immediately of the trade. So absolutely a very good feature. You don't have to do anything, it's actually imposed automatically, so yeah, that's very good. Over here, the trading indicators, it's actually very simple to use. You can see that all the social media links are linked here. You see the price, the market cap, the full diluted value, the liquidity. You can see if the liquidity is locked or not. And there's also audits that are available here. So one of the audits here was that the top 10 holders were 30%, which was a little big. I decided to get in, but obviously proceed with cautions when you see something like this, because it could be a deal breaker for a trade. And then obviously the mintable, token data, mutable, freezable, these are deal breakers. If any of these checks are not boxed, if any of these boxes are not checked, then I'm not gonna participate in that trade in the first place. So very, very important. So how do you actually trade on this interface? Because obviously you wanna be aware on how to trade and how to use. It looks very similar to a centralized exchange. This is also why I like it and why I think it's very seamless. You can set the slippage, so I would recommend you guys to set the slippage. Right now, I've set it at 5%. I could set it higher. Some people like to set it higher. Some people like to put it at 1%. I like to put it at 5%. I like 5%, and yeah, that's pretty much what I use. And you can do market or limit orders. Market is essentially just like a swap, just like you would use the swap button on Jupiter or Uniswap. That is pretty much it. And you can do market and sell. And by market buy and market sell, you can have different indicators for slippage. For the limit orders, you can also set limit orders, which is very, very bullish. You can set here the amount of the percentage that you would like to buy or sell. And obviously you can also put the slippage for here. And right there, you can also see number of transaction, volume, etc. Another very interesting thing is that when you buy or sell, you're of course gonna have all of the buy and sell indicators here. You're also gonna have a line here that is gonna dictate your average entry. So you're gonna be able to see right here on the screen the average cost per entry that you have achieved by using this, which is also very, very interesting. And whenever you're buying or selling, you can just put the amount of Solana. So for instance, if you wanna buy 2 Solana, you just put amount 2, and then you click on here. And if I click on it right now, which I'm absolutely not gonna do, the buy is gonna take place automatically, okay? There's not gonna be any sort of confirmation. You just click on it and it's gonna instantly buy the project, okay? According to your slippage, it's gonna be, maybe it's gonna take a millisecond, maybe it's gonna take a few seconds. That obviously depends on the slippage and the price impact, but what I can tell you is that this is way faster than any sort of hot wallet that you might use, because obviously if you're trading with Phantom Wallet, if you're trading with, especially on Uniswap, it's even worse, because Jupiter is not that bad, but if I think about MetaMask, if I think about Uniswap, those, you need to sign, you need to approve the transaction, you need to approve the movement of funds. So sometimes you actually lose the position in a trade because you're not able to trade in time by doing that. These bots actually solve all the problems, so they're one of the main reasons why you should actually consider a bot. The fact that you actually don't need to confirm and do signature in your wallet. That is absolutely super important. So I think that everybody understands how to use this by now. You can also see further checks here, so they're not just in the audit thing, you can also see them on checks here and on the stats. So absolutely very, very interesting. Now, the new pairs section, on the other hand, you're gonna see all the new pairs, so it's also gonna be quite confusionary for beginners, but you can also put some filters down here. So I would have all of this, so mint and freeze revoked, LP burned, and at least one social. If I'm going to a pair that is already listed as a decentralized exchange pair, I would put at least one social minimum, because otherwise it's probably some insider thing, some insider joke, and they're gonna rug you ASAP. And I also like to hide pump fun in new pairs, because if I'm doing pump fun hunting, I'm gonna do it on pump vision. I'm not gonna do it on new pairs, okay? I like to keep the things separate, but I might understand why some people would like to put it in the same place. I don't like to do it personally. Of course, I already have the filters here, but if I didn't have the filter here, I would probably see some of these that have the mint authority enabled. So if they can mint it, it means that they can deploy new tokens, or maybe they can pros transactions, then maybe it's a honeypot. So all these checks, absolutely make sure that they are all set. So for instance, let's have a look at this project just to have a laugh. This project actually launched from Pump Fund right now, which is actually pretty funny to see. You can see also here the 1 minute, 1 second. What you want to do is completely up to you. Some of the new pairs, and by the way, you can lock this screen. I was just using this for, for showing purposes to you. But you can check here how you want to see the chart. So 1 second, I would not recommend all of the time. Sometimes it's good to see the movements in real time, because of course these charts move so freaking fast. But I imagine for a new beginner to see a 1 second chart is gonna be quite confusionary, because look how fast transactions are being deployed when it's 1 second. It's pretty crazy. If you find this too overwhelming, trying to go to 30 seconds, which is gonna be a little better, or perhaps you can try the 1 minute. Also, when you see this chart that just go so fast, it's pretty crazy. Obviously, you already know my criteria. Don't buy these charts when they look so much in the green. Obviously, you're gonna want to buy charts that kind of look like this, okay? Not something that just looks like boom, 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 because these are very unnatural. And some of the time, I mean, most of the time, those charts are gonna end up being scams. So always do your due diligence. This is obviously not a chart that I would be looking to buy. If on the 1 minute, it just looks like an immense pump, it's very, very, it's not good. It's not good. That's all that I can say. Okay, so down here, you can see all of the orders that are being generated. Let me actually, you can drag this a little up or down, so you're able to see more of the market trades. Obviously, this is a sell and this is a buy. You can see the holders, which is very interesting to see. You can see the top 10, the top 49, and then the other wallet allocations. I don't necessarily use the pie chart. I like to see the top wallets here, and it just makes more sense to me. When you see a big wallet here, it's usually the liquidity pool, so nothing to worry about. And I also like the fact that you're able to see the dev wallet right here. In this case, you're not going to be able to see the dev wallet, because you can see already the dev bought and the dev sold. So I'm not sure if this is a CTO already. I mean, it seems like it, because obviously the dev cheated in the first place. You can see it for yourself if you like those kind of things, or if you don't like those kind of things. That is completely obviously up to you. Also, what I like to see as FX indicator, here you can put the indicators that you like. A lot of people like to use the RSI. So for instance, in this case, you can see that the chart is totally overbought. So you would never want to get into a trade like this, because you know it's overbought, meaning that they're gonna dump on you sooner than later. So this is absolutely a project that I would not invest, and it's just bound to dump ASAP. And it's probably some insider joke, because obviously the chart like looks good, too good to be true. So if you see an RSI indicator that looks like this, it's just not a good sign. So I would recommend using the RSI. Sometimes I like to have it active just to get a bigger understanding of this, and obviously the volume columns. So you can see here that the volume is decreasing a little bit. Here was the peak of the volume, so where the columns are higher, the volume is bigger, and that is pretty much an explanation on how the volume is going. So some people find it useful, and I definitely do find it useful, because obviously one of the big exit signals, if the chart starts going like this and the volume keeps decreasing, okay, if the volume keeps going on a downtrend and the price goes down, then the project is probably destined to fail. So right now, the chart of this project is not looking good, as you saw the dev sold. But take also this with a pinch of salt, because just because you see that the dev sold, it doesn't really mean that the dev is not there. Scammers are getting more and more clever, so it could be also the case that a dev just use a variety of other wallets to get and snipe the supply, and perhaps, and I mean probably, most certainly, I would say, they're gonna dump on you ASAP, and you're not even gonna be able to notice. Right now, this chart is going to shift because the volume is decreasing. So if you see that the volume was high, then it would be a good indicator, but the volume is really decreasing a lot. And I'm gonna give you two examples of charts that you never buy. So the chart that you absolutely never wanna buy is the farming chart. Is a chart that basically everybody's buying and nobody is selling. That is called a farming chart. It means that it's a variety of different people, or a dev with a variety of different wallets that are basically just keep ramping up. So they are gathering some buys of other people, and then they arrive at a moment and the chart is gonna rug like this, just literally with one single thing. And that is also something that those scammy people could use BULLX for. And I don't want to give idea to scammers, but obviously they already know how to parade these things. You can do multiple buys and multiple sell with different wallets at the same time, also with the push of a single button. So you can have 10 Solana wallets here on BULLX, and you can have them buy or sell 1 Solana for each wallet simultaneously. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I haven't tried to experiment that yet, but I'm gonna let you know how it goes once I do. It's definitely something very interesting that I found, but again, I haven't used it yet, so I can't really tell you on that. Another thing that I forgot to mention, so here is also another sign for new pump fund launches. I forgot to mention it earlier, but I wanna leave this video very unedited, so I wanna keep it very raw. This is also very interesting. If you see a rat with a big percentage in the red, this is the percentage held by insiders. So it's either people that sniped the supply, or just the same dev with multiple wallets. So that is sniping, and these people are going to dump on you. Okay, so very interesting. Also, make sure that you find a good narrative. So today the narrative seems to be reverse words, okay? So all these pictures and words are reversed, so it seems to be the narrative. So that is probably the narrative that you might want to get on today. If you're watching this video the day after this, it's probably going to be another narrative. And I mean, I'm recording this video a couple of days before you see it. So in 2 days, this narrative is already going to be dead. But anyway, the chef hat symbolizing that the dev is cooking. If it's green, the dev holds a negligible amount, or an okay amount, let's call it. If the dev holds too much of the supply, so 6, 7, 8%, then it's going to turn red. This I've already talked about, the top 10 holdings. But the main one that I wanted really to discuss is the percentage held by insiders. You can definitely use the bubble map to also see that, but it's not 100% accurate, because obviously if the dev or the insiders are using different PCs with different hot wallets that they haven't interacted with each other, then you're really not gonna be able to find out all these things. But you know, it's something that to begin with, if it's spotted there already, then it's definitely not a good sign. Okay, So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this was pretty much it for my tutorial of BULLX and some insights on also how to make money. I hope that you guys found this useful. Obviously, don't forget to join BULLX through the referral link. I'm gonna put it, other than my X account, I'm gonna put the first link down in the description. I'm also gonna put it as a pinned comment down in the comment. And obviously, if you wanna trade meme coins with me and find out way more about my strategies and actually see what I'm trading, receive my signals in real time, my VIP group is the place to be. It's the best alpha group in crypto right now. And not only trading signals, you're gonna get a variety of other benefits that are all listed on my website. And obviously, you might have a once in a lifetime opportunity in this meme coin super cycle. I always say it, but there's really millions to be made if you're early enough and you don't want to be a lone wolf. You don't want to learn from your mistakes, because I've already made these mistakes in the past, so you don't have to do them right now, and you can actually benefit from all my knowledge and also all the knowledge of my seasoned veterans, traders, and collaborators that are in my Discord group. So I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Spots are limited at this price, so get in sooner than later to avoid disappointment. I hope to see you there and help you out with your crypto investing journey, and until then, take care for now.